Some allegations have came out of Natalie Nunn trying to grab a 21-year-old and him. But is that what really happened? And plot twist, Chef D has actually been accused of doing the same thing. I'm going to put some things into perspective and show you some things that you guys probably haven't seen. So trust me when I say you're going to want to watch this whole video. So let's get straight into the drama. Okay, so this is a kid that looks like he's trying to be on social media named Thomas. And he also looks like he's a scammer due to all the money that's flying around and what people were saying. But he could just be a dealer. Someone said, y'all think Diddy bad, wait till they get Natalie Nunn. And I'm ready to tell my story about Natalie Nunn. No funny-ish. I know I troll 24/7, but I'm not trolling right now. So here's what happened with Miss Natalie Nunn. I met Natalie Nunn when I was out to eat with someone I thought was my friend. His name is Chef D. Y'all should know who he is if y'all watch Baddies or whatever the case is. Anywho, we were out to eat and pulled up to the table and immediately kissed me on my face. This is Natalie. I should have known right then and there what I was getting myself into, but I was only 21, living a really fast lifestyle, so I decided to stay. We kept drinking. I was ordering more and more drinks plus food. Anyway, we left. I dropped off Chef D and I went to drop her off, and she insisted I stay at her hotel for the night because I was insanely drunk. Although we had a chauffeur, she heavily insisted on me staying over. So I came to her room, we chilled for like an hour, everything was fine. Then she just started kissing on my neck. One thing led to another, and this bee started giving me Lock 360. We ended up effing, and she told me, this is the best D ever had. I'm ready to leave my husband for you. And then more outlandish-ish, but this was just the beginning, and I had no clue what I had gotten myself into. So after this, we were texting back and forward, calls, etc. And I'm not even gonna lie, I started to feed into it. She would call me every time she woke up, sending me memes on Instagram. I'm talking about the whole 9 yards. It got to a point where she would take flights daily to come see me because she lived in Sacramento at the time. She was telling me she was falling in love with me, and she even snuck me into her events and bookings in LA. Her agency paid for everything, so we were just there doing whatever the F we felt like doing. And remember, I'm young. I don't know how old she was in 2021, but I'm just a young and having fun in my eyes. But in her eyes, it seemed like she wanted more than a sneaky link. She started texting me things like, I'm falling for you, I love you, I want to marry you. And I'm not even kidding, I ain't know how to reply to it. So I just entertained it and going with the flow because I'm an idiot. That she was trying to tell me I'm her daughter's stepfather. She wiped up on my story of me saying I'm kid-free and said, so what's Journey to you? Like, B, that's you and your husband's child. Like, what? This is my biggest fear. This is how real it was. Like, I can't make this ish up. Look at how good I was playing my role. I knew it was getting crazy when she started to FaceTime me after arguing with her husband. Mind you, she would FaceTime me while they were together in their same house and not care. I heard rumors of the end being gay, and Natalie is just a cover-up. But people just be chatting. But it was very believable because she even told the N about us and he just laughed it off. That's because it sounds like you were a side piece just like Curtis. This is why I tell y'all the industry is scary. I've never signed an NDA in my life, and I never will because Ish gets crazy behind closed doors. Anyway, she gets to telling me her master plan because I'm sure you guys have been familiar with Natalie for a long time, but she really started popping off last year and this year with Baddies coming out. But when Jocelyn Cabaret was a thing, she would call me every day telling me how she's gonna overthrow Jocelyn and run the show. How the Lemuel guy, or however the F you say that Ann's name, likes her more than Jocelyn, and he gonna let her run the show, blah blah blah, whatever. So I remember she had a hosting at Dollhouse, which was a club owned by Diamond, or as y'all know her, Diamond the Body. So I went to her hosting after not seeing her for a week. When I tell you this B didn't care about any type of camera, she's in the club doing mad PDAS with me. I just wanted to throw some money and leave. And of course, Chef G Weird A is encouraging the ish because he wanted to land a spot on Zeus Network so bad. So I'm just there, D as hell, having fun. She pulls me to the side and asks me, how do I feel about kids? I start dying laughing because I'm like, what the F are you talking about? She got mad and told me to get serious because she's about to leave her husband for me and I'm gonna be in the industry, blah, 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 right?
Apparently there was a time that Natalie wanted him to come to Dubai, but there's no receipts of her actually asking him this. I really don't. She makes the princess. I'm sorry, y'all. That sound like cap. But she also mentioned that she was going to hire him to be an assistant because he wanted to be an assistant because he didn't want to scam anymore. So it does look like there's some organization going on here, which makes it seem like he was going to be her side piece and her assistant.
This is where I started to back off her a little bit. But then she reeled me in. I'm not used to women doing anything for me. I've always been for myself. Like, always took care of myself since 15. I also would never be a N that needs a female for anything so they can throw it in my face in the future. I'm good at that. Anyway, she booked me a flight to Dallas with her, and she said I don't have to bring any money with me or anything. I still brought 6K with me, and I'm happy I did. So I was intrigued because I never had a girl buy me anything or get me a gift like ever in my life. So I took the bait and I told her I'd come. Probably the worst decision I've ever made in my entire life. So I have my chauffeur pick her up, then pick me up. We head to the airport, we taking pictures together and ish, moving like a couple in the public, and mad people were like, is that Natalie Nunn? Mind y'all, I ain't know who this B was till Chef D brought her around. I don't watch TV like that, and the only person I be with from the industry like that is, at the time, was Sky. And I still keep up with her to this day because that's my baby. And it does seem like him and Sky do have a really close relationship. Sky was saying on the internet that she loves him like his son in one of his posts on Instagram. We land in Dallas. We get picked up from the airport by some black truck company that was waiting for her. Brings us to this hotel, but she ain't like it, so we move to a big A1. Some crazy high-rise is. She let me roll my broccoli, smoke with me. We walked around for a bit and everything was fine until it wasn't. So day 2, right? We was fine the whole day. It's time to go out. So I get ready. We go out. This time we out with a whole different crowd, though the vibe was off. I'm like big on energy and I know when something is going to happen. But in my mind, I'm like, this girl told me she loved me, so what's the worst that can happen? So we at the first spot and we drinking like we always drink, but the MFs was moving funny with the drinks, like, I'm gonna pour you a shot, I'm gonna pour you a drink. And I'm like, F it. Usually I only pour my own shots or let the bartender do it, but I'm like, I'm out with celebrities and ish, so I should be fine. We were set to go to 4 spots that night because she had 4 different bookings and I would never stop no one from making money, so I was just there being a good little side end. So we go to the next spot. As soon as we get there, I hop out the Sprinter and everything was spinning. I'm talking about everything, and I'd been blacked out drunk and I never felt like this in my life. Remember, I said they were pouring my drink, so we get inside and they're trying to get me to take some more shots. And then I see a N pull something out of his bag, stuff it in his nose, inhale mad hard, and pass it off from the next person. Was it Bobby?
You remember when I came to Miami, right?
Yeah, we was chilling. You, me, D, Wavy, wasn't on nothing. He was chilling.
It was me, you, D, Wavy, right? And
Yeah.
the Chef D nigga was there. And you know what I'm saying? You know, I took care, you know, we was all out. The Chef D nigga had the sprinter. I was paying for all the drinks and food and shit because, you know, he don't be running around with no breeze. And then remember when we went back to the B&B and he tried to make us do shrooms?
Hold on, stop me.
Now, I can hear you better now.
Yeah, because I'm in the officer building, so that's why my service is a little choppy right now.
Oh, no, you straight. I was just asking because he was saying that I was his nigga, whatever the case was, and I was his man, but you was right there, and we was all drinking, and then he tried to have us pull up to the B&B, and he was like, yo, take these shrooms. And what did I say to that nigga? I said, I'm not taking these shrooms.
Yeah, he wasn't with nothing.
I wasn't with none of that. The nigga kept trying to me. The nigga weird. You was big.
So what happened? Like, I'm just looking at the story. He's trying
I'm about to tell you everything that happened right now.
Wait, so he tried to do this with you in Miami and you decided to hang out with him again after that? So now I'm mad and I start blacking on everybody and I go to Chef D and I'm like, she D'd me. And I'm telling everyone I'm D'd and they all looking at me like I'm effing crazy. So I leave and hop in the Sprinter. She comes in the Sprinter trying to kiss me and ish and I push her off me. So once she's seen I wasn't going, she told everyone to get on the Sprinter. As we're heading back, I told her I'm gonna let everyone know she D'd me. She tried to get ends to beat me up as soon as I hopped out the Sprinter at the hotel. I ain't gonna lie, it was like 10 of them ends. It wasn't really much I can do, but I took videos of my face and ish as well as the aftermath of everything. She also tried to steal 6K I had.
Now, he ended up showing evidence, which seemed to be a photo of him after he got allegedly beaten up, but there is no evidence to indicate to show that Natalie is responsible of this. Like, no text messages of like, why you beat me up, Natalie, or to Chef, why did you guys set me up? There is nothing of the sort. This could be anything. Someone else could have beaten him up. So this really isn't evidence to point that Natalie Nunn is actually responsible of this.
No evidence of him 6K getting stolen. Not even messages with Natalie Nunn saying, hey, you try to steal 6K, or talking to Chef D, hey, she trying to steal 6K. Like, there is nothing of the sort. No proof of that. This was the recording where we got back.
Pull up all on me, right?
Yeah,
Say less.
record. Go ahead, record.
Say less.
I had pictures of my face. I ended up getting my own room. I flew home. She tried to contact me after, but I ended up blocking her and Chef D. Just know everything that glitters ain't gold. Please stop thinking these celebrities are innocent. Do not sell your soul or F with anybody you got no business being around. Dead ass.
A question that I have is, why would you go back into a hotel room with someone that got, planned to get you jumped? That's a little bit confusing. And why would she let you even go back into her hotel room if she wanted you to get jumped? So that part is really confusing to me, and it does not make sense, and nor does he elaborate on why he ended up going in the hotel room to record this little incident, which tells me that maybe there was another incident that happened. As well as that, apparently you were going off on people. Could that be the case why you got jumped and she felt sorry for you? I don't know. I just have so many questions. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. But no one has explained this video and elaborated what is the story behind this at all.
So obviously it seems like something between them was happening. There was some issues. It looked like he wanted to expose her, but there's no details or context to that. Again, something is missing. That's a red flag. When you can't explain shit properly and you're getting bits and pieces, I just feel you're full of cap, which explains why he probably doesn't want to do any interviews, which he has said on live, that he doesn't want to do any interviews with anyone, because if you're about spreading a message and warning people about someone who could do something so severe and bad, I feel you would have no problem going on an interview, being on a bigger platform and letting people question you hard. But he knows those people are going to question him hard, and that's probably most likely why he doesn't want to do these interviews. Now, when this started getting posted on social media, Natalie, of course, went on Instagram. She said, Chef D, please get your ex-boyfriend who you brought around me, sitting online making my up stories, using my name for clout, but asking me to hire him as an assistant because he was tired of scamming in LA. Question mark. Bank fraud and all kinds of stuff. Once I knew all that about him, I simply removed him from around me. This was 2020, and now the kid's making up rumors for clout. Get your ex-boyfriend, please, D.
Well, story time, since everybody wants to be clout chasers on the internet and use my name. There's been a few stories this summer that are absolutely ridiculous. And I just feel like sometimes, D, I don't even feel like I need to address what's real and what's not.
For what?
Because it's just like, this is what they want me to respond. The clout. Whoa. I'm not tagging his page. I'm not saying no names. What I know is that he came around in 2020. He was around Chef D. And how did you meet him? Sky tatted. Mm-hmm. And he came around and he was Chef D's boy. That's all I knew. Next thing you know, he said he was scamming in LA. He was making fake checks and cashing them at banks. And he was selling fake around LA. And he wanted a job. He was a fan of Natalie Nunn. So he wanted to work for me and be an assistant. So he was coming around with Chef D to like some of my bookings, like my gay club bookings. Mm-hmm. Pomona 340. He came to Anthony's club in Houston.
He did.
And he was...
And then with the gay boys getting drunk and high and started acting crazy in the club. That's what he was doing.
He never worked for me, but he was around me because of Chef D. But I'm not blaming Chef D. The kid is a troll and a clout chaser. He's been doing this. And honestly, it's sad that clout chasing is at an all-time high. For real, for real. He makes fake checks. He goes on the internet, makes fake Instagram shit. He's trying to say I DM'd him, but I could literally show my DMs with him in the next story post. Like, and I'm gonna cover up his name, but I've never responded to one message from this kid. And he was literally messaging me since 2021 or whatever. And no, I don't delete my messages. I don't have to do all that. I really don't give a guys. The kid was Chef D's boyfriend at the time. D?
Yeah.
So, that's what it is.
Niggas
Trolling
weird as
and
fuck.
clout chasing. We have to stop this. We have to stop this. Okay? Stop. I get it. My name brings clout. I understand that.
Tommy, you know well you was not with no personality, bro. Like, come on now. You was my nigga. You was around. You wanted clout. You was a big ass scammer. You was paying for your own fights and all that shit. Coming around all that. Like, come on now, bro, for real. Like, stop, put the drugs. Don't believe the hype. Tommy, you a weirdo. Super, super weird. You're a liar. Everything you say is you do hella drugs, all type of shit. You a and stop being weird on the internet. That ass.
Now, he ended up sharing messages between him and Chef D after all this came out. Chef D goes, "You wild as F for posting all that BS lying, bro. That's weird." He tried to ring and Tommy said, "And you are so weird." That's when Chef said, "No, you weird, and you want to make money off Facebook, so you're going to lie on Natalie. That's lame, and that's effing with people's lives. Grow the F up and delete all the BS. You keep trying to get clout off nothing. She has video proof of you scamming and going to banks and all. So what's that got to do with the allegations? It tells me that it looks like you're trying to scare him. Just delete the BS. You haven't been around us in 4 years. You used to screenshot fake checks and banks. You don't understand how big Natalie is now. This would not play out good." Now, the thing is, it really seems like she's trying to paint the picture that he is GAY, which makes me question if what he's saying is true. Why do you feel you need to lie? And I'm saying this is a lie. None of them have been able to bring any sort of evidence that he is gay or that he was in a relationship with Chef D. Chef D, where is the receipts? Where is the receipts and the proofs that you were in a relationship? There should be some type of text message, something. But there is nothing, which tells me it's a lie. Also, just because someone claims that they spoke to him, that does not prove that he actually did speak to him and that he is on the DL. You are the delusional liar because you can't even show proof of these messages between this guy. You are a moron. Now, if there's actual evidence of Chef D scamming people that audition for baddies, that is so fresh. That is so fresh coming from Chef D calling this guy a scammer, okay? And very projecting. But obviously something's going on here and I don't think any parties is being 100% truthful. This boy literally could have been beaten up by anyone. They're saying that he is on the D and then he's going around saying that they are on the D. He's also trying to appear to emotion by trying to act more innocent. Like, oh, I'm a 21-year-old and you're 30. Like, you're not underage, you're an adult. But the fact that they try to paint this man to be a gay man when there is no evidence of that at all speaks volumes and says a lot, especially that they've been reporting his Facebook posts. But I don't know if it's the fans that are doing it or actually Natalie Nunn. So court dismissed until we have more evidence to back up what he's saying about the beating up allegations, her trying to set him up, her trying to steal money, and until we actually have more proof if he was actually GEAY. So at the end of the day, I'm going to tell y'all this. Don't trust none of these bitches on the internet that come online trying to tell a story, because something is not right with any of these individuals at all. And I'm just keeping it 100. But let me know what you think in the comment section below, and make sure to check out this video of Natalie Nunn's kitty cat getting leaked.